Here he is, the main man himself, Billy the Bee.
So, where do you start? Okay, tell you something, I always try to put a positive spin on things, and positive spin to me, the Euros actually started yesterday. Gelsenkirchen was a bit of a mare, a bit weird.
We don't talk about Gelsenkirchen.
The crowd, the crowd control getting in and out, that's terrible, and the rain, and all the England fans were split up all over the place, Essen and Duisburg. And
let me ask you this then quickly. You've been to a lot of tournaments.
Yeah.
No one was thinking about Germany, we're going to have problems here. And then that first game comes along in Gelsenkirchen. Where did that rank for you? As an England fan?
No, that was terrible.
That was the worst?
That was one of the worst experiences of getting in and out.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, you've got to, that's part of the whole thing. I mean, apparently from what we heard is that UEFA didn't pay the local council to put on extra trains and buses, so they said no, see you later. So that is, I said allegedly, that's what we've heard. But the point is that, you come to football, you don't expect to be treated like that. Also, the stadium, it looks wicked, and it's a great view from there, but it's a bit old school as well. So if you're trying to get in and around the corridors, trying to go in and out the loo, it's proper, like, we're talking about 80s, we're talking about 70s, So, again, you've got these football matches played in kind of slightly old school stadium, in slightly old school environments. But listen, as football fans, we just deal with it. Also, the weather makes a big difference. The weather was terrible now. The weather now, wicked. So we come down here up to Frankfurt. Frankfurt is different. I think the organisation here has been fantastic. That fan park, I don't do fan parks normally, but we thought let's go and do the fan park. Germany played in the fan park, go inside there, a mile full of screens all along the river, and then this big floating screen at the end, and the atmosphere was brilliant. And the England fans that watched the game there today, I'm sure, well, I wouldn't say they had a good time, because obviously the game was terrible, but I'm saying, but in general, that fan park was wicked. So there's things, I think that's wicked. I'm going to say this as well, the Danes, I was out with the Danes last night, they were drinking in another part of town, over the other side of the river, little cobble streets, they took the whole place over. Really friendly, you turn up in all your England gear, a lot of England fans down there as well, chatting to them, and they were wicked last night. I mean, I'm not being funny, I'm surprised that we got to the game today, because I left at 3 in the morning and they were still going. So things like that, and that's what I'm saying, for me, that Euros really started only yesterday. It picked itself up, and I'm thinking, just like England had a bit of a slow start. Okay, we got the win against Serbia, slow start, picking it up. But today, listen, today wasn't great, but again, I've done things like I've been to, Brazil, you've been there for 4 days, and England are out after 4 days, so I would rather England get through the group. Southgate has got some things to sort out. Also, he is a bit conservative at times. We know that he's a bit conservative, right? And he's got great players out there, and maybe he's looking to unleash them in the group stages. I can't say I'm not Gareth Southgate, but what surprised me today is a lot of fans, and they were sitting after the game in the stairs here, inside the stands, just down their heads down, and it's like those games when you've lost. In Qatar when we lost to France and people got their heads down. In Russia, when we lost the semi-final, and people are like despondent. It was like that, and I'm thinking this is only the second game, and I don't know if people are thinking actually we're feeling quite negative, and we're feeling that we're not quite sure whether or not the expectations are going to be met with this great team, and there's a bit of negativity going on towards Gareth, towards the team. I heard lots of booing and everything like that, and I'm thinking it's the second game in, and let's just see how it pans out. I know, listen, I'm not anyway, there's no way I'm going to turn around and say that was all right. But I've seen Portugal, who they were terrible in 2016 during the group stages, and they came out and won the thing. Because if you've got a good player, a key player, that player can change games, right? So you have one player, we've got 2, 3, 4 players that can actually change that game. The problem is that you've got to get the ball to them, right? We've got to stop passing to thin air or passing to the opposition. There's things that we need to do and need to sort that out, you know what I'm saying? And we need to stop making stupid defensive mistakes, and see what happened when they started pressing us, and the Danes started pressing us at the back end, and we started to get really nervous. Listen, I'm not manager, but that's his job to sort that out, because we've got technical players out there and they need to deal with that. But if we can get our balls to our players that we know that can do the business, mate, they can call mates. So that's what we need to do. Let's get out of these groups and let's go and do it in the knockouts.
Billy, great to see you as always. Keep up the good work.